Hello people, I'm Josh. I was a computer science examiner for lots of specifications for a long time. I was a head of computer science in UK schools and now I run a tutoring business. This series of lessons is all to do with trying to get you to the best possible grades whilst giving you as little as possible to remember. What I've done is use my experience to condense down the information that you need to know by thinking about all of the spec points that potentially could come up, and also then using my knowledge to give you all of the questions that I've seen over the years. This then means that all you've got to do is just write down the questions and answers, make flashcards out of them, practice them until you can remember all of them, and it gives you much less to remember. So the spec points that we're going to be looking at today is all to do with images. Now this is something that covers all specs, but there is a slight difference with the OCR one, which I'm going to add in some stuff on metadata. That is not relevant to AQA and Cambridge International though. So the first spec points we're going to have a look at is, well, first of all, the first question is describe what a pixel is. A pixel is the smallest identifiable area of an image and screen. The other question could be something along the lines of describe how a bitmapped image is created. So I even got a picture for you, we're going splashing completely out on these ones. So we've got an image here and the image is made of pixels. That's the squares. Each pixel has a different binary number, which is the color depth. And this binary number tells the pixel what color to be. So like the number for Mario's face there will be something different from his mustache. So that's how the computer knows to color the pixel in something into a different color. The next ones is all to do with some of the key terms to do with it. So how many colors does a 5-bit color depth allow for? So what we do there is to work out the number of colors is you do 2 to the power 5, which gives us 32 colors because that gives us 5 bits. And the way that you can do that, if you're not too familiar with powers and things like that, you can do just 2 and then just keep doubling. So 4, 8, 16, 32. So that gives you 32 colors. If it was a 4-bit color depth, you would do 2, 4, 8, 16. So that's how you do that one. How many bits would need to be used for 8 colors in a color depth? Now, again, so we're going to just do this. So how many times do I have to times 2 by itself? So 2, 4, 8. So that's going to be 3 bits that we would use in this case. What is the image screen or resolution? So image resolution, screen resolution. The amount of pixels in a specific area, the more pixels, the clearer the image. How does changing the image resolution or screen resolution affect the quality and file size? So with that one, the higher the resolution, the clearer the image, as there's going to be more pixels in there. So the higher the quality, but the file size is going to be larger because of that, which we're going to look at in a second. So this one here, how does changing the color depth affect the quality and file size? So the more bits allows for more colors, so it's more photorealistic. The larger the file, so the file size will be larger as a result of that, and the inverse is also true. So if you don't have as many bits, the file size will be smaller. And the final one here, how do you calculate the size of an image that is 20 pixels high, 10 pixels wide, and has a color depth of 2 in bytes? So what we have to do is we have to times all of those values together. So the pixels height, pixels width, and then we also have to do times it by the color depth. So that's going to be 20 times 10, 200, times 2 is 400. And that gives us it in bits. Now the question has asked for it in bytes. And what we have to do with bytes is we just have to go for dividing by 8, which that's going to give us 50 bytes.